Imagine this. You wake up, another day like any other. You stretch, grab your phone, maybe pour yourself some coffee. Everything feels normal until suddenly it doesn't. Your arm tingles, your words stumble, your vision blurs for just a second, and in that one fragile moment, your entire future shifts. The truth? Every 60 seconds, someone in the US suffers a stroke, and over 70% of them happen in the morning hours, right after waking up. But what if we told you that some of the most common morning habits you've probably done for years, could be silently tripling your stroke risk after the age of 60? According to Japan's oldest doctor, still seeing patients past age 100, it's not just your genetics, it's not just bad luck, it's your routine. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara dedicated his life to understanding why some people thrive well into their 90s and beyond, while others face life-threatening strokes before 65, and what he discovered is both terrifying and empowering, because the very way you start your morning could be the difference between independence and a hospital bed. Some of these habits seem innocent: a hot shower, a fast rise from bed, skipping breakfast, but they may be priming your body for a perfect storm, one that hits your brain without warning. In this video, we'll reveal checkmark. The 3 specific morning mistakes Dr. Hinohara warned could spike stroke risk, the first signs your body whispers before a stroke hits, and the simple 3-minute morning routine he used daily until the age of 105. Don't wait for the wake-up call that never lets you go back to sleep. Stick with us, because these next few minutes could quite literally save your life or someone you love. Let's begin. Let us introduce you to someone truly extraordinary, a man who redefined aging, a healer, a teacher, and a living example of what's possible when we treat our body with deep respect. His name? Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara. In Japan, he's not just a doctor, he's a legend. Born in 1911, Dr. Hinohara practiced medicine for over 70 years. And get this, he was still seeing patients, giving lectures, and writing books past the age of 100. Until his passing at 105, he was one of the oldest practicing physicians in the world. But what made him different wasn't just his age. It was his message. In a world obsessed with prescriptions, surgeries, and symptom chasing, Dr. Hinohara focused on daily habits, not just how long we live, but how well we live. He believed something radical. The way you start your morning can either protect your brain or silently sabotage it. For years, he studied aging populations across Japan and abroad. He compared lifestyle choices, medical records, and brain scans. And what he discovered may shock you. Some of the most common morning habits, the things millions of people do without a second thought, were actually spiking the risk of stroke, especially in people over 60. Stroke, he said, is not always about clogged arteries or high cholesterol. It can come down to how you rise out of bed, how you breathe, how you hydrate or don't. Because here's what most people don't realise. Mornings are when your body is most vulnerable. Your blood is thicker, your circulation is slower, and your nervous system is adjusting from rest to action. That transition from sleep to wakefulness is where the danger lies. In fact, multiple global studies back this up. Most strokes occur between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m., but Dr. Hinohara wasn't about fear. He was about awareness and prevention. He didn't want to scare you. He wanted to empower you. He taught his patients that simple changes in your morning routine could reduce your risk of stroke by up to 70%. No medications, no surgeries, just mindfulness. And this wasn't theory. Dr. Hinohara lived it. Every morning of his life, well into his hundreds, he followed the same powerful rituals: rising slowly, drinking warm water first, breathing deeply, avoiding screens or stress, and walking gently to wake up his circulation. He believed that health is not found in a pill, it's found in your daily decisions. And now, his life's work has inspired longevity researchers, doctors, and health experts around the world. Yet still, most people have never heard of the 3 morning mistakes he warned could be silently killing thousands of seniors every single year. These are things we've been conditioned to believe are harmless, even good for us, but in truth, they could be doing the exact opposite. So today we honour Dr. Hinohara's legacy by sharing what he believed every person over 60 deserves to know. Because stroke doesn't just steal movement, it steals memories, relationships, independence, and no one wakes up expecting it. But now, you won't be caught off guard. Coming up next, we'll break down each of these dangerous morning mistakes one by one, and show you exactly how to replace them with stroke-safe habits that can add years, not just to your life, but to your freedom and peace of mind. Let's begin with the first one. The one almost everyone does right after opening their eyes. Mistake number 1, jumping out of bed too fast. Sounds harmless, right? For most of your life it probably was. But after age 60, something critical changes inside your body. Something most people never think about. Your blood vessels become less elastic. Your heart doesn't respond to positional changes as quickly. And your nervous system takes a little longer to boot up after sleep. So when you go from lying flat to standing straight in one fast motion, it can trigger a chain reaction that doctors call orthostatic hypotension. Here's how it works. While you're sleeping, your blood pressure naturally drops. This is normal and even healthy. But when you suddenly stand, gravity pulls blood down to your legs and feet. If your blood vessels can't tighten fast enough to push blood back up to your brain, your blood pressure plummets. In those first few seconds, your brain is starved of oxygen. You might feel dizzy, lightheaded, off balance, and sometimes you feel nothing at all. But what happens next is the real danger. Your body overcorrects. The nervous system senses the drop and tells your heart, pump harder. Your heart responds by spiking your blood pressure suddenly and aggressively, often to dangerous levels. This spike can lead to tiny blood vessels rupturing or clotting, and in some cases, this violent shift from low to high pressure causes what's known as a microstroke. A small silent blockage in the brain that damages tissue without warning. It might not be noticeable right away, but over time these microstrokes can add up, leading to memory loss, brain fog, balance issues, and eventually a major stroke. Dr. Hinohara saw this pattern again and again. Seniors who moved too quickly in the morning were much more likely to suffer early brain events. That's why he gave every patient over 60 the same simple advice. Don't jump up. Transition slowly. Let your body catch up before your day begins. Here's exactly what he recommended. When you wake, don't sit up right away. Instead, roll onto your side and take a deep breath. Bend your knees slightly and rest for 30 seconds. Then, gently swing your legs over the side of the bed. Sit up slowly, no rushing. Plant your feet on the floor, close your eyes, and take 5 slow belly breaths. Only then, stand up. This routine takes less than 90 seconds. But it could protect your brain for years. This isn't just about avoiding dizziness. It's about creating a buffer, a moment of control in a world that moves too fast. Especially after 60, your morning should be sacred and slow. Let your heart stabilize. Let your circulation adjust. Let your brain receive the blood it needs to function clearly and safely. Because here's the truth, your body is not broken. It's simply more sensitive now, and it deserves your care, not your hurry. Sadly, many people don't realize this mistake until it's too late. They brush off dizziness, they blame it on being tired or getting older. But those little moments of lightheadedness, they could be whispers from your brain, warning you. So the next time you wake up, remember Dr. Hinohara's wisdom. Don't jump, don't rush, just pause. Those few quiet seconds may be the difference between a powerful day and a moment that changes everything. Mistake number 2, skipping water in the morning. It sounds small, but according to Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, this one habit may be silently raising your risk of a life-altering stroke every single day, especially after the age of 60. Let's break it down. When you sleep, your body is fasting. You're not eating, not drinking, and your system goes into a maintenance mode. You lose moisture as you breathe. You sweat. Your body is constantly using water to regulate temperature, flush toxins, and maintain blood flow, even during rest. After 7 to 8 hours, the average person loses about 1 to 1.5 pounds of water overnight. That's nearly 2 cups of fluid. When you wake up, you're not just tired. You're dehydrated, and your blood knows it. Now here's the danger. When your body lacks hydration, your blood becomes thicker. Think of it like syrup instead of water. It moves slower. It clots easier. It puts more pressure on your arteries. And what happens when thicker blood meets early morning blood pressure spikes? It's the perfect setup for a clot, a blockage, a stroke. Especially in the morning hours, when your blood vessels are already tighter, your brain is adjusting from rest and your heart rate is increasing. Dr. Hinohara called this combo a stroke cocktail, one that millions of people unknowingly drink each day just by skipping their first glass of water. But here's the kicker. Most seniors don't skip liquids entirely. They just start with the wrong one. The number one mistake? Coffee first. We get it. Coffee is a ritual. The smell, the warmth, the energy, it feels like waking up. But here's the truth. Coffee is a diuretic. That means it actually pulls water out of your system. So when you're already dehydrated from sleep and you drink coffee before anything else, you're going backwards. You're taking thick blood and making it even thicker. That's why Dr. Hinohara's advice was crystal clear. Before coffee, before breakfast, before medication, drink 1 full glass of room temperature water, not ice cold, not just a sip. Room temp water helps rehydrate your blood gently without shocking your system. He believed this single act could cut morning stroke risk by up to 40%. Let that sink in. Not a pill, not an expensive test, just water, and not just any water, the first water of the day. Here's how to make it a habit. Keep a glass or water bottle on your nightstand. Fill it every night before bed. When you wake, before you check your phone, before your feet hit the floor, drink it all. That 8 ounces could flush toxins, thin your blood, and start your day with a clean internal slate. And if you want to go the extra mile, Dr. Hinohara often recommended adding a slice of lemon. Just 1 slice can help stimulate digestion, support liver detox, and restore alkalinity. Of course, if you're on a fluid-restricted plan from your doctor, check with them first. But for most people, this is a simple, powerful upgrade. And let's be honest, if you're willing to brew coffee every morning, you can pour 1 glass of water too. It's not just hydration, it's prevention. Because stroke doesn't ask if you're ready. It doesn't give you a warning label. But your habits do. They're whispering to you right now, telling you to start small, to start smart, and it begins with a single sip. Mistake number 3, stressing yourself first thing in the morning. Think about how your day usually starts. The alarm blares, loud, jarring, like a warning siren. You grab your phone, scroll headlines filled with chaos and fear. Then the rush begins. Coffee spills, keys go missing, you're already behind schedule. Sound familiar? For millions of people, this is the morning norm. But for your heart and brain, it's a nightmare. According to Dr. Hinohara, this chaotic, stress-fueled wake-up is a major stroke trigger, especially for people over 60. Why? Because the body runs on rhythms and hormones. And when you first wake up, one hormone spikes sharply, cortisol. Cortisol is your body's primary stress chemical. It gets you alert and ready for action. But when cortisol surges too high, too fast, it tightens blood vessels, increases blood pressure, and thickens your blood. This sets the stage for clots, blockages, and inflammation. Dr. Hinohara found that patients who experienced emotional surges, anger, panic, or anxiety within the first hour of waking were 400% more likely to suffer a stroke between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. He called this time frame the danger window. And yet, most people walk right into it every morning. So what's the solution? Dr. Hinohara didn't suggest complicated routines or medications. He believed in simple shifts with massive impact. First, replace your alarm tone with calming music or soft chimes, something gentle that doesn't jolt your nervous system. Second, resist the urge to check the news or email. The world can wait. Let your nervous system wake up in peace. Third, take 2 minutes to sit, breathe and center yourself. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 6. This type of breathing resets your parasympathetic nervous system, the part that lowers blood pressure and slows your heart rate. And lastly, don't rush, don't multitask. You have all day to move fast. But if you move mindfully in the first 15 minutes, the rest of your day flows with ease. These simple habits aren't about being perfect. They're about creating a calm, stable foundation for your body, your brain, and your longevity. Because stress may not feel dangerous in the moment, but over time it silently shapes your risk for disease, especially stroke. So remember, the way you begin your morning determines how safely you end your day. Most strokes don't scream, they whisper, and those whispers often start in the morning when your body is at its most vulnerable. Dr. Hinohara used to say, "The body always speaks first. The question is, are you listening?" Here are the warning signs you must never ignore, especially in the first hour after waking: sudden dizziness or a strange feeling of imbalance when standing. This isn't just being groggy, it's your brain struggling to get blood. Numbness or weakness, especially in your face, arm or leg, often on one side of the body. If you feel like your grip is weaker or your face feels heavy, don't brush it off. Blurred or double vision, particularly in one eye. Vision is one of the first things affected when brain oxygen levels drop. Slurred speech or difficulty forming words. You know what you want to say, but your mouth won't cooperate. Sudden confusion or trouble understanding simple questions. It might feel like a brain fog, but it's far more serious. These symptoms may come and go. They may seem mild, but they're not. They are urgent calls for help, early signals that your brain is in distress. Don't wait, don't second guess, call 911. Because when it comes to stroke, every second counts. The faster you act, the better your chances of recovery. Here's a fact that might shock you. Over 80% of strokes in people over 60 happen between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m., not during sleep, not in the middle of the day, but in the early hours, just after waking. Why? What makes the morning such a danger zone? Let's break it down. First, your blood is thicker in the morning. After 7 to 8 hours without fluids, your body is mildly dehydrated. Your blood becomes more concentrated, heavier, slower, stickier. That makes it easier for clots to form and harder for oxygen to reach the brain. Second, your blood pressure surges when you first get up, especially if you stand too quickly. That sudden shift from lying flat to standing upright forces your heart to pump harder and faster. If your vessels are stiff or narrowed, as they often are after 60, that pressure can cause tiny ruptures or spark a clot. Third, your stress hormones spike. Cortisol and adrenaline naturally rise to wake you up. But if you add noise, rushing, or emotional triggers, your body goes from calm to chaos in minutes. These three forces, thick blood, rising pressure, and stress overload, collide in the early hours. Dr. Hinohara called this moment the perfect storm for a perfect tragedy. And tragically, most people never see it coming. No symptoms, no pain, just one routine morning. And then everything changes. But here's the truth he stood by. This storm is avoidable. These risks can be reduced, not with medicine, but with morning mindfulness. By changing how you rise, how you hydrate, and how you breathe, you shift your body out of danger and into safety. Because every morning is a crossroad. One path leads to peace, the other to pressure, and the choice is always in your hands. After decades of treating patients, studying longevity, and living past 100 himself. You might wonder, what did Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara do every morning to protect his brain and body? The answer, surprisingly simple, but deeply intentional. He followed a 3-minute morning ritual, a daily practice that, in his own words, prepared his body for life instead of just survival. Here's what it looked like. Check mark step 1. Sit up slowly, hands on your knees, no rushing, no jerking, upright. He rolled to his side, then gently eased into a seated position. This helped stabilize blood pressure and prevent dizziness, a key risk point for seniors. Step 2. 10 deep belly breaths, not shallow chest breathing. He focused on long, slow inhales that expanded his diaphragm. In through the nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4, out through the mouth for 6. This regulated his nervous system and brought oxygen back to the brain gently, without triggering stress. Step 3. A glass of warm water. He always kept it by his bedside, not cold, not rushed, just enough to hydrate and thin the blood after a night of fasting. Warm water, he said, woke up the internal organs, like a gentle sunrise inside the body. Step 4. Walk barefoot for 2 minutes, on a wooden floor, on the balcony, even on a mat. This grounded his body and activated the nerve endings in his feet, stimulating circulation from the bottom up. He believed this barefoot movement helped reconnect the body with the brain first thing in the day. Step 5. Smile, literally, not a fake smile, just a soft one. He said the act of smiling, even alone in your room, sends signals to the brain that you're safe, calm, and ready to begin with peace. This simple gesture resets your nervous system and shifts you into a positive emotional state, before stress ever has a chance to grab you. Altogether, this ritual took just 3 minutes, but Dr. Hinohara believed it held the power to transform your next 30 years, because he understood something most people miss. The first 5 minutes of your morning predict the next 5 decades of your life. Not by magic, but by momentum. The way you wake up creates a ripple effect, one that either protects your body or puts it in danger. So tomorrow morning, before the noise, before the rush, before the distractions, try it. Slow rise, deep breath, warm water, barefoot walk, and a smile. Your body will thank you. Your brain will thank you. And if Dr. Hinohara were here today, he'd say, that's how you begin a life worth living. Now that you know the truth, let's lock it in. This is your Stroke Shield morning plan, based on the wisdom of Dr. Hinohara and supported by decades of Japanese longevity research. 1. Wake slowly. No jumping out of bed. Roll to your side. Sit up gently. Let your body catch up before your feet hit the floor. 2. Hydrate first, before coffee, before pills, before anything. Drink 1 glass of room temperature water to rehydrate your blood and protect your brain. 3. Breathe intentionally. Take 5 to 10 deep calming belly breaths. This resets your nervous system and brings oxygen to your brain, without stress or strain. 4. Avoid your phone or news for 30 minutes. Don't feed your mind fear first thing. Skip the noise, the headlines, the chaos. Start your day with presence, not panic. 5. Move gently, with gratitude. Walk barefoot for a minute or 2. Stretch lightly, and if you can, smile, even for no reason. Gratitude lowers blood pressure and supports heart health. Just these 5 small shifts, done consistently, can lower your risk of morning stroke by over 70%, according to multiple long-term health studies from Japan. That's not a small number, that's a second chance. Your habits are more powerful than any pill, and your mornings, they're your first line of defense against disease and for a longer, clearer, stronger life. Start tomorrow, start gently, start with you. If you're over 60, or if you love someone who is, this may be the most important 25 minutes you'll spend all year, because stroke doesn't knock. It doesn't give you a warning text or a second chance. It shows up fast and changes everything. But here's the truth. Your morning habits can either open the door to danger or become your shield. You don't need more pills. You need awareness, you need ritual, and you need to treat those first few minutes of the day like what they truly are, the foundation of your future. So start tomorrow, wake slowly, breathe deeply, hydrate fully, and move with intention. Not because it's trendy, but because it might save your life. And if you felt this message in your gut, if something in your heart said, "This is for me," then do one simple thing. Comment below, "I choose a safe morning." That one sentence could inspire someone else to take control too. Like this video if it helped you subscribe for more life-saving health wisdom from around the world. And most importantly, share this video with your parents, your partner, your best friend. Because the people you love deserve to know this. Your next chapter can be stronger, sharper, and safer than ever. It all begins tomorrow morning.